So I know it's been a lot of other trades. We can't talk about all the trades, but what are some of the trades and some of the new signings that stand out to you guys? Who want to take that one on first?
Go ahead, A Mills. Some of the
I would say, I mean, obviously the blockbuster one would be Philly and Boston.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot talk about trades without talking about that one, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh, I mean, Boston, what are they? They're getting what?
36-year-old Paul George. We got to call it for what it is. Just
yeah.
say it. Yeah. 36-year-old Paul George.
And is it worth it? Now, granted, I love Paul. I do. He was
Yeah.
in his prime back in Indiana. It was
The
unreal.
OKC year.
Yeah.
It was unreal, right? It was unreal. But you're getting from Boston. You're getting Paul George. How does that compute to a Jalen Brown, who is what 25,
No, he
20,
20, I think 27
20,
now, I think.
27,
Yeah.
27.
They gave up a lot.
Right? Yes. And then with that, what they got? What, two first, two
Yeah.
second?
Two firsts and 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But you know that team gonna be good. So them two
Mhm.
firsts and them 2 seconds gonna be.
But that takes time though. It's not like you're getting what, a first from next year and then another first from 2030, I think.
I think
2029,
it's
2030.
2028 and 2030, if I'm not mistaken,
Man,
A
that's like
Mills.
2 years ago.
So
Two
so
years
you
from now.
that's
Oh, yeah,
that's
a 1 seed.
rebuilding. That's not a right now impact. So I mean I get it, it's in time. But I mean, yeah, that's a lot for what?
I Hey, you got to call it for what it is. It's a dumb trade. It's
It,
not that it's a dumb trade. It's not going to go down as the dumbest trade in history because the dumbest trade in history falls in the Clippers' lap of trading for Paul George. Just saying. Um, but it's a dumb trade.
Yeah.
It's like Boston is mad
yeah.
at a a league MVP candidate this year, uh,
And for
Finals
what?
MVP, Eastern
Right.
Conference for MVP, a two way a two way guy, a guy that has consistently gotten better each year that he's been in the league. There is
Mhm.
no player in the NBA since Jalen Brown's been in the league that has won more games than Jalen Brown.
Mm.
No player since he's been in the league. There's no player in the NBA that's won more games than Jalen Brown.
Mm.
And Jalen Brown just led a Boston team basically to 50 wins with Tatum bringing himself back. So for y'all to sit there and think that y'all got to break this up for why? Because he got a little bit, because he a little bit outspoken. You feel me? Because he said this was his best season. And it was his best season because he said it, because this was the first season into him where they wasn't a super team. They didn't have everything, but what they had, they maximized and was able to do a lot of things. It wasn't that it was his best season because Tatum was away. It was his best season because the expectations, they were supposed to be trash.
Yeah.
That's what everybody
Right.
was saying. Man, Boston is going to be a playing team. Man, Boston is going to be this. And what
They
did that
ain't got
Boston team do? That Boston team stayed in the mix all
It
year.
was
And then when they got
number
yeah.
team
Tatum,
in the East. Number
you
six.
feel me? When they got Tatum, everybody like, ooh, not only are they alive, Tatum coming back, they
Yeah.
can make some noise. So it's like the way the media and the narratives and all this kind of stuff drove Boston to be like, well, we need to trade him. And that's when they messed up, when they dangled him out there for Giannis. And then Giannis didn't, they didn't get Giannis for whatever reason.
And
And
that was a
now it
wrap.
was like it got to a point to where the damage was kind of already done and they had to
Yeah.
make a move. But I definitely wouldn't have sent them to Philly for Paul George
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah,
he
no.
Here's
just
the
made
thing
them
about
better.
here's the thing about that trade. Number one, you send them to a in conference team.
In division. No, you can
In
go
division, yeah.
smaller than
Don't say
that, bro.
conference.
That's
Yeah,
a
you can go
rival, a
tight.
division
So
rival.
you're in the same conference, in the same rival or same division. You send them to a division team. That's number one.
Hey, Bank, hold up,
No,
not to cut you off. And to add to what you just said, the team that just sent your ass home.
they just beat you in the first round, and they coming back from a 3-1 series.
Come on, bro.
They just
These
came
are
back from a
layers.
3-1 series, and you're gonna send them to that team, thinking like, "Oh, we're gonna be all right." Now, here's my thing, though. I this is where I knew the relationship was sour, and I get Jalen Brown being okay with saying this was a good year. I just think that it's all about timing and when you say it. And it's all about like the semantics of what it looks like, right? I understand from his perspective is, man, I had a good year. I helped the team get to number two when we didn't have my guy, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have JT, but it didn't come off like that. You know what I'm saying? It came off about like, man, put some respect on Jalen Brown name. Like they didn't think we was gonna be
Facts.
good. This,
Is he not
like
supposed to feel that way?
no, it's not about you not supposed to feel that way, but
Okay.
you just lost. The brother just got you just gave up a 3-1 series, right?
Yeah. Right.
The very next day,
Yeah.
man, this was the greatest season of my career. Like, bro, let it marinate for. It's like saying like a girl you broke up with, and then the next day you like, man, I'm so grateful I'm ready to move on to the next chick. You like, what? Dog, you was with her for like 3, 4 years, bro. You already ready to move on. That means
Real life.
you was already ready to leave. Because it wasn't because
Nah,
no, 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 think
Bang, I
about it.
gotta
Think about it.
disagree
No,
with
no,
you
no,
on
no.
that one.
Listen to me.
Nah,
Listen to me.
Bang.
No,
Yeah.
hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
Nah,
No.
Okay.
Bang.
No, no, no,
Talk
because
to us,
look, look,
baby.
look, no, I'm gonna
Talk
tell
to
you
us.
this.
Talk to us.
We
Talk to us.
are we are competitors, right?
Yes.
Facts.
When we take a loss, and let's say we end up fumbling and choking, right? And this we the reason why we lost per se.
Hmm.
The very next day, you're not going to be talking about the season. The very next day, you're not going to be gloating like, oh man, I put up numbers. That's not in none of our characters. Like, man, I had 20 interceptions this season. No, no, we still lost at the end of the day. Let that marinate. Come in the very next day to say, man, this is my greatest season ever. That
Now,
didn't sit right with because again, you got to think about it. Perception is reality. If you
true.
a Boston fan, you just gave up a 3-1 lead. You just got bounced in the first round, right? And you the very next day you talking about this is your greatest season ever. Like, let it take time. Let it play out. And then you can say, he didn't even talk about he said, hey man, we lost, it was do. Let,
Facts.
and then
Move
but
on.
Well,
but
I
but
ain't
that's what I'm
mad.
saying. But Bay, I
Why?
think what A Mills is alluding to, and I'm gonna let A Mills speak for himself, is could it also be it's the messenger and not the message? Because say he wait a week and he come out and he be like, man,
Oh,
after reflecting on the week, after reflecting after the loss, man, we lost, blah, blah, blah. But really looking at it, man, this is like, my best season ever.
I think
People
it,
are still
I promise you
people
it
no, but
would hit
wait.
the same.
But the thing is people have already been trying to divide and conquer Tatum and Brown anyway. So to
yeah.
me, it wouldn't have like him saying that, like I said, when I heard it, I knew exactly what he meant because I'm looking at the full scope of the season and what he meant to the season. He wasn't a top 5 MVP candidate before last year. You feel me?
No.
They weren't talking about Jalen Brown being a leader of the Boston Celtics in all the previous years. Jalen Brown has always been considered the sidekick or the B guy. He was never considered the A guy. So when he stepped into the A role and he propelled that team to the heights that he propelled them, it's like, I just
Let's
want to
go.
let y'all know, like, hey, I'm here too. Me and Tatum don't have to be Batman Robin. Me and Tatum can be the Avengers where our superpowers are equal. That's the same
Yeah.
conversation I've always had about Shaq and Kobe. Why does it always have to be for real Batman Robin? Why can't both superheroes be seen on the level that they're seen on? When we look at the Avengers, we don't sit there and be like, Thor's more greater than Iron Man and Iron Man more greater than Captain America. We look at all of them, the Hulk and all of them as equal parts to whatever this is to make this better. We don't sit there and
Mhm.
throw the Black Panther as the greatest Avenger. No, we look at them as equals. And
Some
they
people
No, I
just
mean,
do.
all part of this
I
superhero
might.
day.
Yeah, some people do. That's a
Yeah,
lie.
Hey,
well, I mean,
hey,
Some
that
people are
one I
like
might, but
some people like
but that's
Spider Man.
because
Some people are like,
that's because how we revere the Black Panther. But I'm just saying, overall, when we see the Avengers, we're like they're a team of superheroes. There's no real
right.
hierarchy. You feel me? And I think that's what JB was going. That's what JB was going to say, regardless. And people was going to take offense to that because it's like, oh, all of a sudden you just think you the man because Tatum wasn't there. Go
Hmm.
ahead,
I'm
A.
gonna let Aaron go because I'm about to
No,
debunk
so
all that.
this goes back, right? We go back to when they won the championship
Yeah.
and who was the Finals MVP.
Jalen
right?
Brown.
So at that point in time, right, it was always been revered as JT's team, right? JT's the man, right? And then he has Jalen Brown with him. Now, Jalen Brown goes out and shows his ass in the finals, becomes finals MVP. Now it's like, oh wait, we have to respect this kid, right? But still, did he get his respect? It was still JT's team. JT's team. Now JT's not there, and it's still like, okay, well now Boston, what are they going to do? And guess what? Jalen Brown showed up this year. And everybody, oh, Boston this, Boston that. Oh, yeah, they were number two seed, but look, they got bounced out the playoffs. Hey, wait, we wasn't supposed to be here. This wasn't what y'all said we was gonna be. We was gonna be 9, 10, supposed to be at home watching everybody else. But yet here we are, right? So I get that, right? And then come out and some questions come out. Yeah. You know what? This was a good season for me. I did, you know.
Well, what
I
no
don't think y'all
questions.
was
He went on his own
I don't think
platform.
I don't think people was expecting this. I don't think y'all was expecting this. Yeah, I had a wonderful season. Yeah, I did what I had to do to get us to where we needed to get to.
Thank you. I'm so grateful that you took it in that direction because
But
that's
to that, that's the athlete in somebody though, because
no.
everybody's going to steer
What
you to be the negative person, right? Oh,
what
y'all got bounced in the
but
first.
the, but
I'm
see
not.
here's
But
my
you say you
thing.
need to let him marinate. I'm not
No, no,
marinating on
no,
that.
no, nah. But see, here's my thing. Because even as an athlete, right? It take losing is losing. Like
Yeah.
that grief process, it takes time. Right? You just blew a 3-1 lead. That's embarrassing at the end of the day. I don't care if you wasn't supposed to be there, you're there now. And then not only are you there, you got your other man back and y'all still blew the 3-1 lead. Everybody was talking about y'all going to the next round, and then y'all
How? But you say that about how relevant was Tatum?
he was relevant enough to get y'all 3 wins.
But
Y'all was up
remember,
3-1.
remember
Hey,
Tatum. Well,
what
listen,
one?
remember Tatum
But
got hurt,
no, no, right, right.
and then didn't even, and then wasn't even there for Game 7.
So this is what I want. This, and I'm happy that you did the right thing, because at the end of the day, I believe Jalen Brown was tactical and intentional about what he did, because it wasn't a question that was asked to him. He got on his own platform the very next day, and for me, Jalen Brown is like, hey. I'm happy for me. I'm happy for what I did. I'm happy for the things that I was able to accomplish this year. It became about
Hmm.
him because Jalen Brown, there's a part of Jalen Brown who still don't feel respected. So his
Yeah.
thing was to be like, yeah, this was a great year. I did some great things. It became about I, and it wasn't about the team, because Jalen Brown wants the organization to see I'm worth it too.
But
And
babe,
he did
he,
it. And listen, man,
I got you.
I've never seen nobody the very next day after losing an embarrassing way, lose regardless of your loss, you lost. To the very next day to say, "Hey, man, I had a great season."
But babe, when he said that, right, people took the comments, and then the next stream, he came out and basically explained his comments. So it's like, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, because he came and explained
He knew
why
what
he
his
felt it was
comments
his
was
best
going to do.
season,
Look.
because he talked about his team
But
in his
he
next
he
comments.
he knew what the comments were. Look, Jalen Brown is very intellectual, very smart,
Yeah,
very intelligent, man.
Oh
It
yeah.
was strategically and operated
but
tactically the way you needed to number one get beat. Because think about it, if you did this a week later, I promise you it don't have the same impact that it had the next day. Days matter. I'm not saying you got to marinate on it all day, but what you say, when you say, how you say matters. I guarantee you, if
Oh,
Jalen
true.
Brown said, "Hey, at the end of the day, we lost. It was a great year for us because they didn't think we and I had a great season. I'm proud of myself for the season that I had." Nobody would say, "Oh, but it was the very next day you get on live stream and you're talking about you, and you the same one that allowed the Philadelphia 76ers to walk you down and send you home." So, like, it just didn't feel genuine to come on the very next day and say, I'm happy about my season. I had a great year. I put up numbers. I was this, I was that. Come on, bro. Like, and I take nothing away from the brother, but I really believe he want people to understand, and I think he knew that was part of his plan because I think he wanted to be out of Boston at the end of the day. I believe that he wanted to be out of Boston because I think he was tired of being under Jason Tatum's shell. I think he was tired of being his JT team. Jalen Brown is just under
Right.
JT, and I think he said I think it was strategically planned because he already heard the rumors they was trying to shop him out last year, but they didn't shop him out.
Mm-hmm.
They kept him, and then they was like,
Well,
"Well, we don't got
he's been
JT."
in trade rumors every
It's been a
time.
few years.
Anytime they're talking about Boston, it's never Tatum. It's always
And
Brown.
this is what going, and this could be conspiracy bait, but I think JB did what he needed to do because he said, "Oh, okay, since y'all think I'm just a bait, I'm gonna throw one for you. I'm gonna throw bait, get you emotionally invested." What did it do? Everybody was like, "This is just disingenuine. How can you say something like this the very next day? He's inconsiderate. That is so rude. Like, what about Jason Tatum? Like, y'all supposed to be boys who would say something." Did exactly what he needed to do. Put him in the trade room because he knew he
Stirred the
wasn't coming
pot.
back to Boston this year anyway. And now
Let me
where
ask
they
you
at? They
this:
in
Is
Philly.
it? And we can move into some other things. Do y'all think that is interesting that Jason Tatum ain't came out and said nothing, or do y'all
At
think
all.
that Tatum could have been a person that stopped this, or is Tatum the one that okayed this situation? Yeah, the organization always says they're gonna do what's in the best interest, but the
Yeah.
guy, the face of the program, you're
Franchise.
not
Yeah.
gonna run this by him and talk to him. So now, to me, we've created more smoke because if Jason Tatum goes to Brad Stevens and be like, "Man, hell no, don't trade
We ain't doing.
Jalen Brown ain't traded." But if he being passive aggressive, like, "Man, y'all got to do what y'all got to do, man, the best interest of the team."
Because he wanted them
He,
gone in the first
that boy
place.
And
said bye
okay,
bye.
and now that he gone,
Bye
you
bye.
know how it is, babe. Like you said, when we talking relationships, now she gone. You was getting everything that you wanted. You about to
Yeah.
see how it is in these
Mm-hmm.
streets. You go now.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum gonna be swiping left on Tinder,
Yeah.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Hey man,
He
put
got
some
Derek
respect on
White.
PG name, man. If he PG healthy, they
it's
gonna be all right.
it's not that it's the PG part is not bad. It is you traded a young
Yeah.
rising superstar
Yeah.
for a vet in a
You making my
situation.
point even better. I love it. I love it. I
That's
love
what I'm saying, because you traded a rising superstar for a
Man.
vet because you couldn't figure out a way how to make sure that all the organization and the player was on the same page.